Good Monday morning. Let me lower that before we have feedback. I have this map up for a reason. I'll get into that in a second. It's all about the patterns. All right. Let me do these pop outs. Uno. There's 5 of them. 2. Oh, let's take that clock off. We don't need that. Okay. The other night they said they'd seen a light. I haven't gotten over that. I don't remember what time that was. There was a light in the backyard in front of a tree when we were doing a sky watch. I don't know what the hell they were talking about. But a few of them were saying it. I didn't see it. Well, I seen it, but I didn't see what they seen after I was outside. Okay, one more. Yeah, you're gonna get rain, Genghis. I'm actually having King's Cake coffee. I haven't even tasted it yet. You know I'm addicted, right? I got 2 more bags Saturday. I did. I haven't opened them yet. This is the leftover from the other one. I really, really love the King's Cake. It's my favorite. But this is the model for next Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve. And the reason I have it up is you see that high pressure that's sitting in the Atlantic? This is the pattern I always talk about, setting up for winter. I always bring this up when I'm talking weather because that is the reason we get that warm air coming up the coast down from the south and it keeps us above normal. The good thing is we should start to see some moisture coming in if this pattern holds because we have no rain. Now there's a severe drought in Jersey. We're getting really bad up here. But look at the temperatures on Wednesday afternoon. 70 in DC, 60 in New York City. Even for New York City, that's above normal. So it looks like there could be some showers there. It depends over a week away. I don't depend on it. But if that pattern holds up again, what happens is we're on the warm side of any storms. We don't get that snow. Most of the storms go this way, up toward Canada, to our west, the lows. So they're on the cold side. We're on the warm side. Everybody talks about, oh, it's going to be different this year. All that. Well, not unless these patterns change. You could talk all you want, but it's all about the patterns. You know what I'm saying? Opinions are, you know what they say about the opinions, right? Everyone's got one. But this is the pattern that I always look for, the big, deep, high pressure in the Atlantic. And it brings up that warmer air. Look at all that warm air going into where you are, Louisiana. 73 where you are. Look at that warm air coming up. That's good. That's good for you. As far as this evening, now we may have some rain by Thursday. So yeah, there is some moisture coming in off the Gulf. There is a low pressure here. So there's definitely, there could be some storms here today. Definitely, there could be some storms. It's not that time of year to be crazy, but that low pressure, because you have the winds coming out of the west around that low, and you got all this Gulf moisture coming up, you could definitely have storms here today. I would not doubt it. But yeah, you got that moisture coming in from the Gulf. I'm just going to look at the radar. I'm curious. Yep, see the line? It's not a crazy one, but see around that low, see the storms? There's nothing really there yet. There's a little line there, just like I said it would be. But it's not that time of year where it's, you can still get isolated tornadoes. But see, it's that moisture coming up. So we'll see. Warmer air, cooler air behind it. You could have some storms up here today. Now it's early, but we'll see. Now, as far as me, I need to look. We need rain in the worst way in the Northeast, New England. We need rain in this region badly. Like I said, they officially made Jersey, in some areas, severe drought. Fire, there's fire warnings here today. Matter of fact, somebody said it on the Neighborhood Watch this morning. Now, I wasn't up. This happened earlier. And I did hear sirens. So I don't know what the hell happened. I'm actually maybe smelling it now. There's a smell of fire in the air. Smoke. Ring, 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 ring. Where's the ring? Ring. Woke up this morning. This is 2.5 miles away. It just says 1 minute ago. Woke up this morning and it smells like there was a fire or something burning literally next door, but that's not the case, thank God. Does anyone know why it smells like smoke? Because there's a fire nearby. It gets carried with the wind, depending on the wind direction. So there's that smell in the air. And people in the neighborhood are like, is there a fire around? You know, well, it's just what's going to happen. We're super dry. So already, and today's not a good day because it's going to be a little breezy out there. So dry, dangerous conditions. Your USPS order is ready for pickup. What the freak? Now we got to check the post office. But anyway, that's about that weather pattern. Let me see about me. See, now here's where we're going to get the rain, finally. We're finally going to get rain Thursday. It doesn't, we'll see what happens. This is the Euro model. There's another storm system here by Ohio. It's not much, but this system might bring us more rain. It's heading toward the south. Oh, that's good. It's right here. Most of the rain will be down to the south, but we should still get something out of this. Not much, because most of it's going down to the south. But anything, we'll take anything right now. Pretty much. We'll take anything. It's that bad. So, we'll see. They say after this evening rain, the temperatures will start to drop. Yeah, you've got the colder air coming behind it, Genghis. With that system today in Louisiana. It's all about the patterns. but it's early yet. But it looks like it's going to be a mild Thanksgiving for us here in the Northeast next week. It looks pretty nice. Mild. 70, 59 in New York City, in the 50s up here. In the 50s, it's going to be nice. I can't go any further because the models won't allow it. So that's nice. It looks like nice weather because that high pressure is bringing that warmer air toward us. But it's as it slides more to the east, then that colder air starts to sink down. So it should still be a nice Thanksgiving for many. Now, as far as traveling, now this is a map that's 9 days away. The country looks pretty quiet on Wednesday. A lot of people travel on that day. There's a high pressure here. That is a quiet map. When you see the greens and the yellows, there could be some moisture there, but look how dry the country is. For Wednesday, next Wednesday, travel day. This is the Euro model. It's more reliable than the American. So that's a nice forecast for the country for people that are traveling for the holidays. Now, Woody and Petita are coming here. I still got to reach out to Keith. He's working now. I can't call him. But he's supposed to come. I have to reach out to Eric in Boston, see if he's coming. So okay. Package update. I have to see what the heck is going on in USPS. I can't stand the post office. My mom worked for the post office. I can't stand the post office. For deliveries, they're the worst. I really cannot stand the post office. I've been having problems with Amazon the last few days too. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, USPS. So I'm logged in. I get informed delivery. I have to sign in. I've been doing that for years. It tells me we're tracking. It's called informed delivery, if nobody's ever used it. Okay, packages, 1. Print fulfillment. Alert. I wish I could show you this. This is so retarded. So this morning it says available for pickup. This is what always happens. And then there's an alert forwarded. And it's in red. So even though I got a notification that it's available for pickup, that's a lie. All the mail, which is what I complained to Representative Pat Ryan months ago, and they were working on this, and they did the best they could to speed up the process, expedite it. All the mail goes to a facility near Stewart Airport, the distribution center. The local post offices used to have the bays where the trucks would come in, bring the mail to them, and then they would have the carriers there to go out. They don't do that anymore. There are no carriers. There is no mail coming in that way anymore and then going out to the carriers. They take the mail and they deliver the mails to the post offices to go out now. It's a weird thing and it's slowing everything down. So my package was at the distribution center. So now I have to wait a day or two till it gets to my post offices where it's forwarded to. That's what that forwarded means. Now it's being sent to my local post office for me to pick up. It's horrid. Because even though I have a box on the street, I have a P.O. box. Two, because for some stupid reason, they won't deliver the packages down the driveway. They won't come down because my driveway is narrow. But you can't walk. You can't get out of the truck and walk down like a UPS driver or an Amazon or anybody else, FedEx, to deliver it. It's too much for you. It is frustrating. And I think, I know what it is. It's the Iron Maiden thing. So it's not a big deal, but it is. The package isn't a big deal, but the post office thing is. It's just very frustrating. Walmart doesn't have a problem. So yeah, Woody and Petita will be here for Thanksgiving. There'll be a few people here. So I'm getting ready for that. But it'll be fun. Even though I've got to start that job over there. Now Eric from Boston had given me a paint gun. I looked at it. It's brand new. It's too small. It's good for smaller projects, which I appreciate. But to do a wall with that thing, not happening. So I just ordered a paint gun that's a little larger and has different nozzle sizes and adjustments. I've never used, I'm an old school. I'm always roller brush, and I'm still gonna have to use the brush. But I'm an old school painter. I've never, ever used a gun. I'm going to try in that project next door. No, a painting spray. That's what I mean. Paint spray. Not a gun. Let me recorrect. Paint spray. Not a gun. It looks like a gun. Spray. Like, this is the one that Eric gave me. I just got it out of the garage. But it's more for smaller projects because I looked up the model. And because of the nozzle. So it's this one. It's brand new. Now, you probably could use it for a wall, but you're going to be there for a minute. Because it doesn't have that size container to fill a lot of paint in. So you'll be filling that thing in over and over. And it only has one nozzle. This is what I was reading. The one I bought has 4 different sizes for different projects, including a wall and a bigger container to hold the paint. So that'll be here tomorrow. I want to try it, especially when I'm doing the basement and the garage. If it even does that, the basement, are you kidding me? That'd be awesome, just to do the basement walls. And this is latex, I mean, depending on the type of the paint. Now, I was looking at Tricks because of the nozzle. They have a filter, it takes forever. But some people actually put a little water in the paint to thin it out a little bit and then spray it so it flows through the nozzle better. I've been already researching. So I do my research. I always do. So we'll see. If this makes it easier for like the garage, because the garage and the wall and the ceiling is the same color. So I could just go crazy. Now I'm going to have to be covered because I'm going to get clothes paint all over myself. I got to buy latex gloves. I have plenty of paint clothing. But like I said, for the basement walls and for the garage, that's going to save me a lot of time. I'm going to try it indoors, but the thing is, the spray, spreading. I got to put the drop cloth. I got to make sure everything is protected. There won't be no furniture in the house. It'll be empty. But I have to protect those floors. So I have to be very careful with the drop cloth covering a big area because the spray is in the air and that fine particles will land on the floor and build up. So I have to be careful. Plus, I'm doing the ceilings. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to try to flat paint the ceilings first. Put the drop cloth, big one, spread out. Do the whole ceiling, then do the walls, because then when I cut the top, obviously, I could just spray the walls out and do the cut, and the ceilings are done. Because the ceilings is the killer. The ceilings are the killer. If I can get away with doing that first, because I usually do the ceilings last, because it kills me. Ceilings with a roller, and I cut. I'm really good at cutting. Can you tell? Just look in the back. I'm really good at cutting. I mean, that was my specialty, actually. Other people would paint, I do the cutting. And you have to have the right brushes, and you can't have cheap brushes. Cheap brushes suck. It comes out. If you buy a cheap brush, you get the stuff coming out. Then you got to try to get it off the wall because you used a cheap brush. What kind of material is the brush made of? Some cheap ass. You know what I mean? You don't go. It may sound stupid, but it's not. You pay what you get for. Oh my God, you get what you pay for. I need more coffee. So if you buy a cheap brush, yeah, you're buying a cheap brush, but you're going to use more of them because they're going to fall apart and they spray out. They're just cheap. The good brushes, you can wash them, reuse them, and they last longer. And like, because I've been painting since I was young, painting jobs. I used to work with a fireman doing paint jobs. But the worst thing that kills a brush is not just like a wall or like if I'm doing the top. If I was filling in a crevice, trying to get in between like a molding and the wall that's like little spacing and getting in there, that's what messes up a brush. When you got to crease that brush and then it starts to spread out. Or if I was doing the stucco ceiling, it's going to beat the brush up. It's just going to be, because it's not a flat surface, it's a rough surface. It's going to make that brush all messed up. But you shouldn't have a problem if it's just a nice smooth area with a brush. The brush will last you. It's when you're dealing with those rough areas that the brush gets beat the hell up. Yes, Genghis, I'm telling you, it pays to pay for the better brushes. Even the rollers. They have cheap rollers and they got good rollers. Now, I wash my rollers. If it's a clean surface, I'm going to wash my rollers and then put them in a thing. I have a thing that lets them drain out after I squeeze it out as much as I can. You know what I use? Oh my God, the thing that holds the paper towel. I put it right in that. The one, the stand-up ones, paper towel, I just use it for painting. And it drains out the rest of the water. It dries it out. It's a paper towel holder, but it works for rollers. Think about it. Makes sense, right? Little tricks like that help. So then the roller's nice. If that, I would do that if I'm using the same color surface. If I'm using a different color, I'm not using the same roller with a different color because it bleeds. It can still bleed out. So because I've got to go there and do 3 bedrooms, a big living room area, a dining room area, the kitchen, and a vestibule area. Then I got to do the basement, and the basement's huge. Then I got to do the top of the garage, which is 1 bedroom, 1 small living room, and a kitchen area. Then I have to do the garages. There's 2 separate 1-car garage, separated by a wall. It used to be a 2-car garage, but he put a wall in the middle because one tenant in the big house could use 1 garage, and the tenant above the garage itself can use the other garage to be fair. So that's why he split it. There's a boiler, oil heat in the one above the garage, and then there's a separate boiler in the big house. So he's got that split like that. He's got different water line. It's all set up that way. But it's a big job. That's all. Ceilings, cutting, walls, and I may have to fix a couple of holes, patch them up, sand them down with compound. I don't have to tape it because the holes ain't that big. When people put in, what I do is I spackle it, and I do leave, I leave a little extra where the hole was. So after I just put the initial cover, I'll go back with a scraper, a smaller one, and put a little extra where the hole was and let it dry. Because when you sand it down, it's going to level out anyway. Because sometimes when they do that and they do it the one time, the compound seeps out of the hole. It starts to strip a little bit out of the hole, and it doesn't set right. When you sand it, you're going to have that mark there. It's not going to go away. So I put a little extra as it's drying. I go over it again with a little extra layer of compound. Let that dry, then I sand it, and it comes out perfect. You never knew there was a hole there. Some people might tape a hole. You don't have to. If you know what you're doing, you don't have to. You just got to know what you're doing. There's ways around everything. And my way's easy. And depending, if you have a crack, in my walls, sometimes I have to put wire mesh. It depends how deep it is. I have to stick wire mesh in there so it could catch. Otherwise, the shit's just going to slide through the crack. Sometimes you got to do things depending on the depth of what you're filling in. That's different. Exactly. It's always good to add extra than not enough when you're sanding. Because you're going to have to go back and do it again. It would be like if there was a hole in my phone. This is the wall. And I went over it with spackle. Okay, let's just do it on a wall. That hole, as it's drying, it's going to leak out. Now, you could fill that hole up. You could fill it. You could fill it with so many different things. But if it's a deep hole, you might want to fill that hole a little bit with something. Caulk, anything, just to fill that hole. But still, the weight of what you just filled in is going to start to go bloop. It's going to bubble out a little bit. And as it bubbles out a little bit, it's going to sink on the top part. It's going to come down. It's going to sag. And it's going to sink back into the hole. So it's not going to set right. So you wait. You go back. As you see it's drying, especially if it's not deep and it's not thick, that compound's not going to take long to dry. Then you go back and you just go over it again with the scraper, with another coating. You let that dry. The next day, you sand it, and you never knew there was a hole there. It's as simple as that. And it's really easy. Doesn't take much work. It's really easy to sand it. You could do it by hand. You don't need a machine. You could do it by hand. So I noticed there was a couple of places where they put holes, frames. So I got to go and patch that up first. But while that's drying, there's plenty of other places to paint. I'll be there for days. So I'm going to do all my patchwork in the areas that need to be done right away. Before I even open the paint can, where do I got to patch? I'm going to look around the entire place, both houses. Where do I got to patch? get that shit done now. Then I'll paint the areas that I need to start, and then go back the next day and sand it. And it's ready for me whenever I get to that spot. So time, it's all about, it's like cooking. If I'm cooking something, I'll make a dish that's going to match up at the time. Like if I'm putting something in the oven and I have something on the stove, I want both to be done at the same time. So it's a timing issue. It's the same thing. You want things to work out with time, that it makes sense, that you're not wasting time. My time is too precious to waste, because while I'm doing painting, I still got to work here. So good luck with that. So I'm going to have to get up super early, like 8 o'clock in the morning, start my painting, because I can only paint for 4 or 5 hours before I lose it. Because after you paint for too long, you start especially when I'm doing edging, I'll start to lose it. I'll start to get where I'm not focused right. It's like, it's a weird thing. If anybody paints, they know what I'm talking about. After you paint for so long and you're doing it, it's like you start getting sloppy. At least I do. You start to make stupid little mistakes. It gets to you after a while. You gotta rest. So I'll do like 4 hours. I say 4, maybe 5. They already shipped out the paint gun. That's crazy. It's coming at between 4 and 8 in the morning. Amazon Prime. But so I'll be done by 1 in the afternoon. Then I can take a power nap and work at night. And the same process. So I will not be streaming for a week. I will not be streaming at all. Oh shit, I don't have the fire on. I could leave that there. No streaming. From the day after Thanksgiving for the following whole week. Maybe a short stream at night, because that's a holiday weekend. There's no live shows. Maybe when Woody and Petita are still here, and if Keith are here, we'll do a stream of us hanging out. And Eric, if he comes from Boston. Mark, he didn't do a show last night. He's not feeling well. He wasn't feeling well at all. I didn't really talk to him, but he sent me a message. And Toby and I tonight, it was funny though, because we did a pre-record yesterday for today. And I was with Annie on Friday night. I jumped on her show for like an hour because she had Stephen Bassett. Now that's right up my alley. When she has a UFO person on, I must be involved at some point. And she said, Bill, it's our show. We had a conversation because I felt uncomfortable doing that to her. It's her show. But I did ask her in private chat, can I jump on to ask one major question? And it turned into the whole thing. So, I apologized to her. She said, Bill, it was a great show. You asked important questions. And she said, it's a we show. You're my producer. You can come on anytime. And she made me feel so much better. But that's Annie. That's how she is. It's the kind of person she is. So that was cool. But then Toby and I had Steven on yesterday for tonight. So I messed with Steven. Hey, Steve, long time no see. And Steve is cool people. Now, at the end of the show, because I joke with Toby all the time before the show, because he's always wearing the Dallas Cowboys stuff. Always. It's in his background. It's everywhere. He's a die-hard Cowboys fan, and I can't stand the Cowboys. I won't talk about the Giants because they stink. badly. So I have nothing to say. I mean, I have Giants caps. I have all the gear. I have it all. That's collecting dust. I'm too embarrassed to wear it. Not really, but if you're a fan, you're a fan, good and bad. But at the end of the show, and I bust his chops. Steve didn't hear this. He didn't hear this part, like Toby and I together before Steve got there. I always bust Toby's chops about the Cowboys every week because he's always wearing it. Oh, did they lose today? How's those Cowboys doing? They play tonight, actually. He says, no, they're not losing. They're not winning either because they play tomorrow. Because, I get excited if he tells me they're losing. So anyway, at the end of the show, pre-record, Steve makes fun of his Cowboys, and I lost it. I died. I couldn't, because he did what I do, but he did it on the show. I couldn't, it was too funny. I can play the clip, but the show airs tonight, so I can't play too much. As long as I didn't delete the edit. Nope. Stephen Bassett pre-record. It's already set up to go live tonight. Let me put the volume. I gotta put my headphones. It was funny.
By Pete. God bless him. But this issue is not on the menu yet. Not in any really significant way. And I'm hoping.
Let me tell you, people, like I say this 1,000 times, people can talk about all the people that are in the field. It's people, you know how people are. They just love to talk. Good or bad. That's just the way it goes. Everybody has their opinion. I get it. Like I said earlier, opinions are like something. We all have one. But Stephen Bassett became an exopolitical activist in 1996. He's been doing this for quite some time, trying to get the truth out to the public. And there are others, and you can criticize the others, or you can be fans of them, like a Greer. There's quite a few of these type of people that are at the forefront. Like I always say, Richard Dolan, he's amazing. He knows his stuff. If there's a question I have, I go to Richard. If there's something I may need to know, like a question I have about something going on, he's in the know. You may not agree with him, or you may, but I respect his knowledge. And the same goes with Stephen Bassett. He's a treasure trove. He's been involved, he's in D.C., he travels, but he spends a lot of his time in Washington, D.C. And he's engaged with a lot of people. Now, it's almost cliquey, like some people will click with some but refuse to go and speak with others. That's just the nature of it. Because, there are people that agree with each other, basically, and some people that don't. And they pretty much won't engage or are less engaging with those individuals because they have a difference of opinion and they're strong about that. Or, they hear something that's like always, they hear something that really pissed them off. But generally, they're all working toward the same goal, but from different points of view, from different groups. Like Stephen has the Paradigm Research Group. He's got what is it now? The New Paradigm Institute.org. He's also the co-founder of the Hollywood Disclosure Alliance in 2023, which KGRA is an affiliate of. So he's got his hand in that. He's in the mix. And I'm telling you, he tries his hardest. He tries his due diligence. I mean, he really tries. He really works hard. And so, like anything else, like all of us here in this chat that we hang out. What's up in Kick? We can agree to disagree. That's fine. But with respect. How hard is that? Just because you have a difference of opinion, I'm not gonna like start not liking you. Okay, I hear you. That's what you believe. That's your opinion. I have mine. It's fine. Let's move on. So, of course, I'm not gonna just agree with everything anyone says, anytime, anywhere. That's independent thought. It should be that way. But I'm not gonna attack someone because they disagree with me, or put them down, or demean them, or I hate to use the hate word. You know, people take shit to extremes. It's kind of sad, but forget about all that. I respect this man, and I respect almost everyone that I've ever come in contact with. Matter of fact, I can't think of a bad experience. Ever. Like, I'll give you an example. Another one that, you know, when he first started coming out with everything, Lou Elizondo. Oh my God, did they go after him? There are people think that he's a disinfo agent for the government. That's their opinion. I contacted him through, you know, emails, his wife. To me, they're great people. I mean, personally, you know, and, you know, he's out of hearing. People might try to discredit him. That man's been through so much hate and attacks, and it affected him and his family. What he's gone through. So is that necessarily right by trying to come forward and talk about something? You're going to try to discredit him, attack him, accuse him, speculate, make assumptions. Where's your evidence? I mean, really. And it's so careless. And trust me, there was a big campaign to try to destroy him. And I will never take part in something like that, ever. On anyone. That's just not my spirit. That's not the way I do things. I'm not a mean-spirited person like that to try to hurt somebody. It hurts. You're hurting their families. You're hurting their loved ones. It's like, what the hell is wrong with people? If you're going to do something, you know, do it legitimately. Have some stuff behind you before you attack somebody. Like, oh my God, it's just, it's just nuts. Nuts. So I have feelings for them, what they go through. And trust me, it's not a few. There's so many people like this. You could be a host on a show as an experiencer, and people will go, oh, this person's an experiencer. This person's one of those. They believe they've been abducted by UFOs. You know, I get it. There are people that are non-believers, skeptics, debunkers. I get all that. But I also respect that. But I also respect that this person had something go on. I don't know what exactly it is. I wasn't there. But I'm not going to make judgment on the person either to say that what they're saying is true or not. They had their experience. That's their own personal experience. No one can take away their personal experience, what they went through. I sure ain't going to judge it. Because if I had an experience, which I have, I don't want people to do the same thing to me. Whether you believe it or not, that's up to you. But what's important is what it meant to me. My experience. It's my experience. I own it. And if I'm sharing it with people and other people can relate to it, fine. If people don't like it, tune out. It's not your thing, tune out. It's that simple. But to purposely go after them and attack them and be trolling them, and for what reason? Okay, you don't agree with what they're doing and what they say and their experiences. So now you got to take it upon yourself to personally go an extra effort to try to hurt them and destroy them. And really? Is that your goal in life? Is that what you do every day? Is that how you spend your precious time? And focusing on negative energy like that? You don't have nothing better else to do. So why are you doing it? What's your motivation? To be controversial? So that people could pay attention to you because you're being controversial? You're trying to make waves? Because there's always an audience for those waves. Remember that. There are people just like that out there that want to join in and become that mob mentality and join in that big conglomerate of trolling and sadistic behavior, hate, anger. Some think it's funny, which is even sadder. They actually enjoy it until somebody gets hurt. Then it's not funny anymore. And you're responsible for that because you were part of that buildup. That's so irresponsible. Just agree to disagree with respect. Simple. You don't like what that person is saying? Tune out. Why are you listening? Why are you paying attention to it? It's just so frustrating. But anyway, I'm done with my rant. And it comes with the territory. It's not just in the UFO, UAP field. It's in any everyday life. Everyday life. It could be any topic. It could be sports, politics, religion, anything. You know? Everything's on the table. But it should be done with respect. That's my opinion. I had an experience with family members where it just got so ugly and it wasn't respectful. And I felt offended that I almost wanted to go home, which I should have. With family members a few months ago. They made me feel so uncomfortable talking politics. I felt offended. I felt disrespected. Like, who the fuck are you? Excuse my language. To make judgment on me. About my opinions. You have your opinions, I have mine. Let's agree to disagree. Let's stop it. Don't keep insisting and pushing it. And huffing and puffing and walking off. I didn't even say nothing. I refrained from responding because I knew it was going to get ugly if I did. I had such restraint. Maybe they thought I was being a wuss with no answers. That I wouldn't have an answer to whatever the hell they were saying. That wasn't the point. I took it one step above that. I'm not going to respond because I know it's going to trigger them to go even further. And this won't stop. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you feed into it, you're toast. And the same thing goes with everything else. That's what I'm saying. This goes across the board. If you feed into it, if you take the bait, if you allow them to push your buttons, you're toast. You're toast. And I would, like I said before, I would never drop names. But I know people who have gone through such personal attacks that I don't even know how these people have the energy. It's because of their passion and determination. I don't know how they withstand it. And some of these people can be your grandparents, and they still attack them. And it's like, I think they want them to say, okay, I'm going to quit. I don't need this shit. It's like they're trying to force them to back away from what they're doing. What other motive do they have? To stop them from talking? I'm telling you, people that can be your grandparents, I'm talking about if it's a young audience, someone who's a senior, period. I know a few. And very hurtful and painful. Sometimes physical. You know when it's like when somebody tries to move with their family to get away from all the craziness, but yet someone on Facebook gives out their information to where they live now, and people show up at their house like, are you such and such? Yes. Can I help you? What? People showing up at people's houses? Random people on social media being pretty much manipulated by another group to do that. And some people are so naive, they don't even realize what they're getting involved in. They're being used. Like, for example, here's an example, and this is based on a true account. Oh, you've got something to sell for sale in your backyard. The person thinks that there's an item being sold in their backyard. There is no item. It's a signal. They sent this person thinking that there was something to sell in the backyard that they were interested in. Oh, it's okay. I'm just here to buy the thing that you have in your backyard. Can I go around the backyard to take a look? Who are you? What item? Are you crazy? But that's a signal we know where you live. It's a subtle, indirect message. We know where you live now. That's a true story. It's shit like that. Just to tell them, you could have moved, but we still know where you are. And social media is being used, it's weaponized. And people don't realize it. It is scary. That's just one story. There are many what these people go through, especially the people that are on the circuit. I'm going to tell you this right now. There are people that do presentations that feel they need bodyguards. And people might say, bodyguards? Yes, bodyguards. Fact. From ongoing threats. You might say, oh, that's just crazy. No, it's not. It's real credible threats. So I don't want to hear that shit either. I know a few. And one was not needed. But two that I know, for sure. For sure. Definite one. Definite. And this person knows who they are, if they're watching. And other people in the field know about what this one individual has gone through, because the word spreads out. And then they feel, oh my God, if it's happening to that person, what about me? I'm exposed. So this reckless behavior by some, they don't realize by jumping on that negative trolling bandwagon, you could. They don't care though. They don't care. You could put somebody's life at risk. And you may have already put someone's life at risk, but you don't know it because it wasn't made public. But I know one. There was a personal attack, but it was not made public. And I when I spoke to the person, I was almost crying because I couldn't believe it. I spoke directly to the person I consider as a good friend. And it was heartbreaking. So it's not good. And I'm telling you, they are sadistic in nature. They enjoy it. They get a thrill on it. They enjoy it. I don't know. But I say this, many of us should always try to have principles, morals, dignity, respect. Take the high road. Don't fall into that. Because that's spinning you down a rabbit hole you don't want to go into. That negative energy. Because then it consumes you. And, you know, I guess misery loves company. There are people that just are miserable and they have nothing else to do but to see other people miserable just like them. I don't know what the motivation is. Could be so many things. But it's not good. But anyway, I don't want to get too further into it. It's just I had to rant a little bit because it is frustrating. Because, you know, I work with these people, but I also know a few of them personally, and they're my friends. And just like any other friend, I'm going to look out for friends or family. And when I hear that, it's like, oh my God. I mean, I don't want to, like I said, I'm not going to name drop. But it's also in the paranormal field, too. It's not just in the UFO. It's in the paranormal field, too. In recent months. Horrific. Going after two specific. And without, I mean, again, for hits. For hits. For viewers. At someone else's expense. And I was there personally and witnessed what I seen in person. And I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. To me, they are 100% credible. 100%. And like, unless you have that personal experience and you're talking from the outside and you've never been in that experience, how can you judge it? You weren't there. You're making assumptions and speculation and guesses and debunking just to debunk. But you have no basis. You weren't there. You don't know what it's like. Now, yes, it is my opinion. Strong opinion that these people do what they do, and it's real. And of course, people have their opinions to say that, oh, I don't believe it. Yeah, but you could also say, I'll believe it when I see it. I take that as a legitimate response. But to attack them, they're fakes, they're this, and, you know, like, be cruel in the way they address them, like, it's just so disrespectful. It's so demeaning. Do you know what the parents feel like? The siblings, the family? You think it's just affecting them? It affects everyone. Their loved ones, their friends, their family. It's not cool. Like I said, there's a way to disagree with respect. I need more evidence. Simple. I do that all the time. Where's the evidence? Like my stuff, when I pick up, like when I record stuff, I'm careful. I'm not going to say it's extraterrestrial. I don't know what it is. You tell me. Like that thing I got in the sky 10 years ago. I don't know what the hell it is. Could be ours. It could be a drone, a military drone. It could be anything. All I know is I don't know what the hell that was. Or when we were in Nuclear Lake and there's a voice saying my name twice. And everybody's like, oh, it's Heidi, it's Heidi. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Stop it. It was a voice that was picked up on my Sony Handycam that I put down on this tree trunk in front of me. Heidi's behind me, getting bug spray out of my backpack, and the camera picks up, and you can hear it. Bill, Bill, twice. It's not freaking Heidi. If it was Heidi, I would have said, Heidi, cut it out. I would have heard her. I didn't hear this. I only found out about it because a friend told me that, Bill, were you guys messing around because there's a voice saying your name twice? No. And Heidi takes it serious. When she goes out on these, she's not joking around. She's intense. She's part of an investigation. She's part of the investigation. She's not joking around. She takes it very serious. But people, again, you have to reach your own conclusion. It's your opinion. But I know what I experienced and what we experienced. And you know what? I don't care if nobody believes it. I know what I experienced. That's all that matters. That was crazy. I have no explanation on what that was. But it was something. And it wasn't Heidi. So what was it? There was nobody else in the woods. We're in the woods by ourselves. So, go ahead, Amo. Go to work. Go back to work. Well, actually, what is it in Seattle? It's almost 11 here, so it's almost 8 there. Go to work. Get to work. But a lot of us, like my mother, she always talks about that tall white, she calls it a reptilian, walking by her bedroom and looks at her and then keeps moving. And she's wide awake. What am I going to call my mother, a liar? My mother doesn't lie. She does not lie. Whenever I say, Ma, you're a liar, she freaks out. I never lie. She'll tell you straight up to your face. She's not afraid to speak her mind. That's one thing about my mother. She won't. You've heard it sometimes when she comes into the room and she'll curse. She don't take nothing from no one. Definitely not from me. So when she says that, that's her experience. I didn't see it. I don't know. But Mom, if you say so. And it's hard for me to say I believe because I didn't see it, but I believe you. If that's what you believe, I believe you. What am I going to do? Tell her she didn't? And this happened like 10 years ago in this house. Maybe a little more now. So, what do? Judge her? Say she's a liar? My own mother? Or do I just say, okay, take it with a grain of salt. She says she's seen something. She had an experience. That's on her. You know what I mean? So, the same goes. When I go to Pine Bush every year, do you know how many people come up to me with their stories? Tons. And, sometimes I have to tell them, well, that could have been a plane. And it happens a lot. People mistake what they think they see as an object. What's up, 91? They do it all the time. Meteor showers, meteor, whatever, satellites, Starlinks set off a lot of crazy stuff at one point. There's usually a rational explanation. Even when a plane is coming towards you, you just see the bright light from a distance, and it could be moving, and it could be moving sideways as it's changing its course, but it's still moving towards you. But it's moving. In a distance, it's moving, but it's changing its trajectory, its course. So you're still seeing the front light. This is just an example. For example, there was a photo, and I swear somebody shared it with me, the article. And I said right away, I'm not going to share because you would see the names. I said, that is a chandelier in a room. I even did it on a stream. I showed the picture. That is a chandelier reflecting on glass inside of a room looking out. And it was. It took me a total of 30 seconds to figure that out. And then I looked into it, and other people, it was confirmed that it was a chandelier reflecting on glass. It wasn't a mothership. So you got to be very careful. But at the same time, some people do that on purpose to leak it out to hurt other people. It's intentionally done to try to discredit someone else. There's intent behind it. That's the other side. To make the person look bad. This way, I was the one that debunked it. It's a fake. And this person is full of BS. So once you're full of BS, you're always full of BS. No, they didn't use that during the hearing. They didn't use nothing during the hearing. Nothing. There was nothing at the hearing. But I can't go into details. What? You got fired from my job doing overnights? Smooth jazz. That sucks, Cheddar. That sucks. But don't talk your private business in Rumble chat. Don't go into details. Shit happens, and I can only imagine the shit that happened to you. But there is, and again, I've been over this many times already since the hearing. I took many notes. There is a certain direction this is all going. You will find out soon enough. Now, that's very cryptic. Oh my God, Shadow, stop it. Stop it. Stop. Anyway, there is definitely what they want to do moving forward. If you paid attention, I'm trying to be careful when I say this. Now, supposedly Gillibrand's having her hearing tomorrow with the new head of Arrow. They're having a closed-door meeting, as of what I've seen. Now, I don't know. I actually discussed it at the beginning of this pre-record because there was a confusion of dates. Some say it was going to be December. Some say it's going to be tomorrow, but the same date, the 19th. So we were scrambling at the beginning of the show, like this happened actually live because Steve wanted to know, Stephen Bassett. But because Toby brought it up. Actually, let me go back to the other thing. Let me just put it this way. Instead of having people talk about secondhand, wouldn't it be nice to hear testimony from direct witnesses? How's that? How about that as a major clue moving forward? That's all I'm going to say. But I wanted to play the end of this. This is the pre-record from yesterday for tonight. And I was talking about, because I'm going to get off this subject now. I was talking about how I joke around with Toby before every pre-record we do, and get on his Dallas Cowboys because I don't like the Cowboys. I'm a Giants fan, and yeah, they suck, but that's okay. But I can't stand the Cowboys, and I always say they'll never win with Dak Prescott as their quarterback. Never, ever. Anyway, besides that, so I always get on Toby because he's always wearing the Cowboys gear. He's got in the background. He's Cowboys are everywhere. So I enjoy just getting to mess with him on this. So at the end of this show, because Toby has his cowboy hat on, Stephen Bassett gets on him. And I'm going to share the screen now. And I'm going to play it. This airs tonight, by the way.
They're going to realize, wait a minute, I like supporting important causes, makes me feel good, and this one is probably the most important of all. And so, help. If you step in, you're gonna literally help change history, and I think you'll be very pleased. So that's where things are right now. Call me anytime. If you lose a guest, at the last minute, I'm the guy to call and say, Steve, we need you on in 5 minutes, and I'm going, yeah, sure, no problem.
Well, we appreciate it very much, Steve, and it's always a pleasure to have the opportunity to speak with you. Toby, take it away.
All right. Once again, thanks to our guest, Steve Bassett. And for me and Bill, we'll see everybody next Monday.
Oh, it's before this. It's before this.
So help if you are given to worthy causes by people.
It's a little before then.
About to put up a full.
There it is. Module. I'm laughing. At a time, but where can folks find information about the?
But it worked out that he had a meeting with one of the committee people.
To be continued, Steve, because we're right out of time. Toby, quick thoughts?
I'm just taking it all in. It's always fascinating to get to talk to Steve and hear, what's going on behind the scenes. And he lays out the picture so well.
Steve, you got to come back. You got to fill us in after some of these hearings happen, the latest things that are going on, because we could have talked about so much more, but we ran out of time. But where can folks find information about this?
They're dealing with a unilateral disclosure from President Donald Trump. And they're going,
Trump could be that disclosure president. Right? I'm telling you.
That's going to be awkward.
We'll see.
And so if anybody that's going to be who wants to talk to me and get my advice, I'm sure they'll call anytime now. I will say, look, if this is the way it goes, encourage your Senate Intel Committee, not yours, but the Republican, bring in the witnesses. There are dozens and dozens of them. Pick the top 20.
For real.
Right? Including minimum four nuclear. These people, I know.
That's where it's going.
I know they want to do it.
He's telling you.
Bob Salas came out specifically so he could get in that hearing, and I got him in that hearing, and then I got him a meeting.
Front row.
I didn't get him, but it worked out that he had a meeting with one of the committee people.
To be continued, Steve, because we're right out of time. Toby, I don't know where it is, but the article that I was referring to earlier.
So,
and actually, during the hearing, someone, I can't recall who it was, what congressional member said, so where do we go to find out information about all this .org? Hold on, let me fast forward. You can see his extensive background here, Stephen.
There's a bit of a issue here. Again, we have now entered the everything all at once. And I'm not aware that there was a public statement there. So if anybody listening, watching this, wait a minute, sorry, this is recorded. It's not live. Okay. All right, look, guys, if you got anything, a link you can put up there that I can check about this. I thought it was December 19th. It's November 19th. That's a very significant thing. So,
well, wouldn't December 19th not necessarily make sense because they go for holiday leave in Congress? I mean, maybe they would push it to that kind of a day, but it kind of makes more sense to do it before the holidays. When they
end. You're right. Again, I may very well have.
I don't know if I read it.
That's a very significant thing. So,
well, wouldn't this
is recorded? It's not live. Okay.
I know I said it. How you doing?
How's it going, Steve?
There's a bit of a issue here. Again, we have.
Well, I have the article. Let me just pull up the article that I was referring to, because this all happened while we were doing the show. I'm going to read off the article. How's that? It's better. It was like breaking the details. Let me see. Bookmarks. Yeah, here. I'll read it. So tomorrow, this is what this says, this article. The Senate Armed Services Subcommittee on Emerging Threats and Capabilities, chaired by Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, will convene to hold hearings regarding the activities of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, ARROW. There's new leadership there now, because Patrick is gone. He resigned a while back. The session will begin at 3:15 with a closed-door meeting, behind closed doors, classified, allowing for the discussion of sensitive and classified information. This will be followed by an open session for the public, and it says the room, providing an opportunity for public transparency on critical issues under examination. The hearings are expected to look into the cases of significant public interest that ARROW has investigated, including high-profile incidents such as the gimbal UFO video and the Aguadilla case. Now, people said that was a balloon. What was said in the hearings is there's more videos. It's not just the one. And this goes along with the Tic Tac, everything. There are more videos, but they're classified. And they're trying to find a way how they can remove certain things on the screen so it can be released to the public. But the government, their angle is this would reveal the technology that we have to detect, to record. If we put this out there, it reveals our capabilities. So there's that angle. And it says among potentially others. And then it goes into the whole thing, the implications for both national security and aerospace safety. The session promises, good luck with that, to shed light on the methodologies, findings, and ongoing work of ARROW, offering a clearer picture of how the government is addressing these anomalies. The subcommittee's focus on emerging threats and capabilities underscores the importance of understanding and managing UAPs within the broader context of security and technological challenges. With Senator Gillibrand at the helm, the hearings aim to bridge the gap between classified insights and public accountability, fostering a more informed discussion about these occurrences. Now, we'll see. It just sounds like the same old, same old. We'll see. Now, the Senate may take this more serious than the House. Well, again, depends on the higher ranking officials, how they look at it. Because as long as you've got a Mitch McConnell and a Mike Johnson and they're saying no way, because the aerospace companies are saying no way, no eminent domain, none of that, kill it, don't let it come through, we don't want to know. It's really as simple as that. It's because of this eminent domain thing, allowing the government to get access of what these private corporations, aerospace contractors are doing, and they want to go in and claim eminent domain and get all the information. That's not a good thing either, because now that's overreach by the federal government going into private industries on research that they've been working on. But here's the thing, who's paying the bill? Is it the government that's paying the bill for them with these contracts? So the government's angle is, well, you're working for us. We have a right to know. Taxpayers' money. But exactly where is that money coming from? Where is it really coming from? So do you think they want anybody to poke into that? I don't think so. They don't want nobody poking in. And as I brought it up on the interview with Steve, what about the unacknowledged SAPs? How are you going to get access to that? And the funding that goes into those programs? How? They can't even enter a SCIF. So there's a lot of questions here. And hopefully some people in Congress will take this more serious, because it has nothing to do with UFOs. It has to do with possibly an adversarial threat national security to our country. Regardless of what the source is, it is a potential threat, especially when they're doing recon, monitoring, surveilling our military installations, research and development, nuclear sites, etc. If there's something going on, I don't care if it's a drone, if it's coming from China, Russia, or anywhere else, we need to know. This is not like they made a big thing about the Chinese balloon doing surveillance, high altitude, where they shot it down off the coast of the Atlantic, the Carolinas. So you're making a big deal about that, but you're not making a big deal about what's going on some of our installations? That's not as serious? Something's wrong there. You can make, like I said, a big deal about a balloon, high altitude balloon, but you're not making a big deal about drones going over Langley that you say wasn't yours? So whose was it? And what were they doing over Langley? And other places. But that's not serious. And you don't even know where they came from. So this is a serious potential national security threat. Does not have to be UFOs, alien, extraterrestrial. It could be adversarial. It's still a threat. A threat is a threat. And they definitely need to address that. Especially if we don't know what we're dealing with. Because that tells me our adversaries have 1 or 2 steps ahead of us on surveilling and monitoring what we do here. It's not just like satellites from space. It's a whole different level here. So yes, it's serious. And that's why when you say UFO, you right away think extraterrestrial. UAP, that kind of changed the anomalous part of it. Unidentified anomalous doesn't necessarily say we're dealing with something otherworldly. It just says we're dealing with some type of phenomenon that we don't know what it is. And it could be China, Russia, who knows? That's why it became more acceptable to use that terminology, that acronym, UAP. Unidentified anomalous, not UFO. Because it kind of made it where they took it a little bit more serious about the threat from an unidentified. So we'll see. Who the heck knows? Like in the New York Post, Amol? Depends where you read, right? I guess, where you get your information from. So I don't know if they're really going to go through with this hearing tomorrow. But recess, that's what I was trying to explain to them. It doesn't make sense to have a hearing on December 19th. They go on holiday recess. I could even probably look it up. When do they go for a recess for the holidays? It sure is before December 19th. Unless there was like a government funding shutdown and they stay to resolve that before they all go back. That's a little different. And even then, okay, let's see. I don't want, yeah, this is better. Oh my God, I was just saying it. Because there's another threat. I was just saying it. It's crazy. Look at this one. It's just a random article. When does Congress take its holiday recess? And how could that impact a possible government shutdown? I was just saying that. So there's already a threat. When is this date on this? This was the 14th. Okay, so here it is, in what I was referring to. Congress is also scheduled to be off next week for Thanksgiving. So, and most of December for the upcoming holidays. That's all I wanted to find. So it can't be in December 19th, the hearing. They'll be on holiday. It doesn't make sense. They're going to be off most of December. So that ain't flying. Now, if I believe the hearing is tomorrow, unless something changed. The next set of hearings is going to happen when Trump is in office. And that could be very interesting. Very interesting. So we shall see. And I can't see. Things are going to get interesting. And there are people waiting in the wings to testify. There are people waiting in the wings to testify. And we're talking about people that are direct witnesses of something happening. Whether it's a military base, pilots. It's going to be interesting to see who comes forward at these hearings. And I'm not going to say, I'm not name dropping. Anyway, I'm done with the whole UFO stuff. I did find, and yeah, it's music. I did find a video that I didn't even know I had of my song that I wrote on Suno. Too bad. Mo, I hope you went to work. That I wrote the lyrics to for Skywatching. I did find it. And I wrote the lyrics. Suno wrote the music. It's AI generated. But I'm curious to see how it came out. Because I never could find the video. But I found it for this one. And I'm going to share it now and play it. Let me just check my levels. And I'm going to mute.
With each passing moment, wonders are born. Light years traveled, determining that date. A look through a time machine. How long before we know their fate? The wonders and dreams race again. frontier to be explored. Humanity's destiny to begin its quest. Rock is launched upward with a fiery roar. Risks and danger lie in its course, overcoming all challenges. Atmosphere pierced with all its force. Is that a SpaceX rocket or satellite? Feelings of excitement and joy, lying back and gazing at this beautiful sight. The night lit sky for all to enjoy. Could there be life out there, feeding in the Goldilocks zone? What would an exoplanet be like? Is it similar to our own? Mysteries of the universe, galaxies swirl. What is that black hole? The power and beauty of a sun. Northern lights are born in the northern pole.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Let me see the other one. It should be here. The Halloween. Yeah, it's not Halloween anymore, I know.
They gather in the fields, the fall's harvest to
Oh, shit.
complete.
Why did it do
Light
that?
dims in the heavenly heart.
Do it again. It was weird.
They gather in the fields, the fall's harvest to complete. Light dims in the heavenly heart. Bonfires glow bright with symbolic heat. Samhain begins for all to celebrate. The physical and other world to interact. Blessings for the new harvest, fires to seal their yearly pact. Pumpkins smiling throughout the house, emitting their light in the dark. Spiders bounce on the glittering web. Dogs can be heard as they begin to bark. Shadows in the distance, the source yet clear. The moon shines brightly, howls in the night, I tremble with fear. Candy awaits in the jack-o'-lanterns. Children all dressed in their Halloween guise. Traditional parties blaring Monster Mash. Everyone dressed in their best disguise. Ghouls and zombies walking through the streets. Superheroes but not skipping a beat. All dressed in their costumes, ringing or knocking. It's time for trick or treat. An old house sits at the end of the road. Creaks can be heard from the rusty gate. The door opens as bats depart. The place seems haunted. Should we investigate? We enter slowly using our backlit phones. As we approach the stairs, a voice screams loudly, "Get out and beware!" Candy's all gone, it's eerily quiet. Music plays from the TV. It's time to make popcorn, but what could that be? The movie just started. It's just the Michael Myers theme. Time to relax, enjoy the night. My favorite movie, Halloween. Candy awaits in the jack-o'-lanterns. Children all dressed in their Halloween guise. Traditional parties blaring Monster Mash. Everyone dressed in their best disguise. Ghouls and zombies walking through the streets. Superheroes but not skipping a beat. All dressed in their costumes, ringing or knocking. It's time for trick or treat. Candy awaits in the jack-o'-lanterns. Children all dressed dressed in their Halloween guise. Traditional parties bearing monster mash. Everyone dressed in their best disguise. Ghouls and zombies walking through the streets. Superheroes run not skipping a beat. All dressed in their costumes, ringing or knocking. It's time for trick or treat.
I need to write more. But I think I'm going to change the writing. I think I'm going to start writing guitar parts and then adding drums to it. Not to like something like that. I'm just going to redo my songs that I wrote. I have like 35 of them. I never did anything with them. They were written like 10, 15 years ago. I think I'm going to redo them, relearn them, record them here, and then lay the drum track on top. And then maybe throw some other stuff in there. But that's a project, a big one. Because then I have to relearn all the songs. And it's not gonna be easy because I don't remember what the hell I wrote when I wrote it. So it's like learning the song all over again. But there is one that I definitely want to do, and I am not breaking out a guitar right now because that's just too much. Though, I do want to, I'm really debating if I want to swap out the pickups for the Jackson and the Kramer. But I haven't even played those guitars yet, so I don't even know how good they sound. But if those pickups suck, I'm going to put the Seymour Duncans in. No doubt about it. But that's a project. And right now I have too many projects lined up. So I don't know. Now is not the time. I think now might be the time to get my butt kicked in a video game, but I can't beat something because I would have to start the game over with a different character build. Oh my God. And I don't want to do that. So it's like, shit. Do I try to figure a way to beat this? Which is going to be very, very difficult with the existing characters, including my own. Black Friday deals. What's this? Probably, I own a lot of these already. First of all, let me make this full screen. When I see that 55% off, let's see what's here. See, Diablo, everybody's saying, why don't you get Diablo? I don't like the way the RPG looks when you're playing the gameplay. I don't like the view. Like that view. I don't like that view. The game that I'm playing now, I like that view. Like that. I don't like that. That's not something I don't like that angle. Should I own a lot of the games that they already have on sale? See, there's not going to be nothing here. We need a new Ace Combat. We need a new plane sim game. Nobody buys them. Only me. What the hell's this? 449. It must be garbage. No. I think I own that. Yeah. 449. I need to put this on. How come I'm not hearing? Oh, I gotta hit it. I'm curious about this.
Welcome to part 2 of the Anthem gameplay series. In this episode, we are going to look at the expanding world of Anthem and its endgame content.
We're a long way from the cenotaph, and the storm is worse than we thought.
This is it. Close as we get with the Striders.
Agreed. Looks like we fly from here.
When you start Anthem, you are a freshly recruited freelancer that joins a failed mission to shut down a cataclysm called the Heart of Rage.
It beat us, Halleck. We need to regroup.
It is up to you to redeem the freelancers and ultimately find a way to succeed in silencing it. This story is your introduction into the world, but the game doesn't end with its conclusion. The most dedicated freelancers will push themselves against tougher and tougher challenges, taking on more daring and deadly quests. In order to do this, you will have to improve not only yourself, but your arsenal of javelins. This is where your
Shit, I like that. I actually like it. I can't buy it right now because I'm live, but that's got to be put on the list. But is it? It's an online multiplayer. There goes the end of that. That was the catch. See, there's nothing that grabs my attention. We need more racing games too. There are some crazy sales though. What is that?
Master said this is the place.
What kind of masks are those?
Sangdo is not without Gangi, and yet centipedes return. May the clouds formed by your blood bring peace to her soul!
See, I like the angle of those type of RPGs. That's the kind of angle I like to play. I'm not crazy about the graphics though. But this one might be on the list. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about this right now because I have till December, what, 2nd? So let's not worry about that. Let's just die. Die! This game is torture. It's killing me because I would have to change the character. I don't have the cold to freeze it.
Beware the ancient that sleeps here, dweller. Death and blight.
And I don't have no
have
healing with
tempered
these
its
two.
Rage.
I don't have. This is gonna be so difficult to try to beat with the current characters and the build.
Corruption, undead. I'd say we found out who's responsible.
Renoras, look out!
Take it down!
Watch for ranged attack!
On the jump.
I gotta watch him.
Incoming!
Shit.
Of course! Saw, hit him! Is back. Turn.
I really didn't want to do that.
On it!
Well, get on it. I can't get hurt. I don't have potions to go crazy like that. I gotta let them do the damage. It's gonna take forever.
Over there! Coming in range!
Thanks, Adonis.
It's not.
Get out of there. Oh, I just wasted that potion. Oh shit, get out of there! Stupid. We could try.
We need to close.
Come on, man.
Say the word.
cooldown is 30 seconds. Whoa.
Understood. Son, on that.
That cooldown is killing me. Whoa! I got hit.
On the job. Son, now.
I got hit again.
Say the word. I'm ready. Tell me what you need.
Oh! Stupid mistake.
Stay in cover.
See, I can't even go in to hit him because if I get hit, I'm gonna lose all my potions. Because he's gonna hit me. That's where I'm screwed right now.
Say the word.
What's the cooldown on this? 30? 24. 38.
Ready again.
It sucks because I can't engage.
What? It's drawing power. That should weaken it.
I caught my breath.
What the fuck just hit me?
Watch behind you. Over there.
Get out of there.
Just say when. Oh, you're right.
Is back. Turn.
That's it. No more potions. I'm dead. coming after me. There's still one of these suckers alive. Get him!
Finished. Son, hit him. Watch your back. Thanks, Lucanus. Hassan, go! Stay in cover.
Oh shit, it froze! I froze. The game is lagging. This is unbelievable. No more potions.
They're in range. Just say when. I'm ready to go again. Hassan, over there. Of course. I'm finished.
Should I still have it? Shit. I missed. I'm dead. can't take a chance. What the? Oh! Oh shit, what the fuck? I'm dead.
On the job.
I'm so toast.
The storm, unfinished. I'm ready. Watch for ranged attack.
Thanks. Lucanus?
Serious trouble.
I can't beat him. Not with. I can't do it. I need a person with health. My characters don't have.
Beware the ancient that sleeps here.
She's got the small potion. It's gotta be him. It's gotta be.
And blight have not tempered its rage.
Corruption, undead. I'd say we found out who's responsible.
Reynolds, look out!
Take it down!
Incoming!
On your left. They're hitting us from afar. That was that one.
Oh, bullshit! see how this does.
Hassan, go!
Shitty.
Ready again. Got it.
What the fuck just happened?
Coming at range.
They're coming up behind you!
Wow.
Good to go.
Coming at range! Hassan, hit him!
A story unfinished.
Hassan, over there!
Oh, Jesus.
Ranged incoming.
Trouble over on your left!
They're at range.
For freedom.
Quick, get out of there.
Jesus.
Good to go again. You got it.
His back turned.
shit. I don't get how I got hit just now.
I'm ready, Rook.
Unbelievable.
Rook, you can't take much more of this.
Left side.
Heads up, on your right.
They're shooting for us.
A story unfinished.
They're hitting us from afar.
I caught my breath.
Ready to go.
On that.
No.
Look out! Behind you! On your left!
Ready again.
Ranged attacker! Right, on him!
Unfinished. I'm ready. Tell me what you need. Coming in range.
Oh, give me a fucking break.
I'm good to go. Hassan.
Ready to go again.
I'm good to go again.
You're right. They're at range.
I caught my breath. Hassan, over there. Rain! Coming!
They're aiming for us. Coming at range.
Watch out! Behind you! Hassan, hit him!
No.
The story unfinished.
Ranged incoming.
No problem. Hassan, now!
I'm there.
drawing power from the Fate Tear.
Not just the tear, the blight.
That should weaken it.
Got it. They're hitting us from afar.
Hassan!
Hang in there.
Ready again.
On your left.
Unfinished!
They're at range. Take them out. On your right. Time to clean up.
Watch for ranged attacks!
Right on 'em.
Unfinished! I'm ready. Tell me what you need.
Coming at range.
His back. Turn. Ready again.
My back is stuck.
Whatever you say.
Careful, on your left.
Fuck!
Ranged attackers.
I'm good to go. I'm there. Hassan, over there.
You got it.
Break. Oh my God. Oh. This is so hard without the right elements. Really hard. But I would have to change characters just to build up. It's crazy.
I'm good to go again. Watch the ring.
Oh, give me a break.
I'm ready, Rook.
Whatever you say.
Hassan, now. You're taking hits. Rain incoming.
For free.
Hassan, hit him.
Oh my God.
Got one, got one. They're shooting for us.
I caught my breath. Done. Hassan, go.
His back turned.
They're aiming for us. Good. I'm there.
The story unfinished.
Oh, no more arrows. can't even break this fucking barrier.
That did it, Dapper.
Look at him, he's rejuvenated completely.
Incoming.
Ranged incoming.
I can't do it.
Ranged attackers.
Ah, boy.
In the back.
Ready? Again.
Coming in range.
Finish it.
keeps rejuvenating. I can't get him down.
For the wolf!
Out of arrows. Oh, let's just fucking stop this game right now. Oh, screw this. This is pathetic. I know what I might have to try to do. Maybe it's time to change this up. That's what we need, the barrier. We don't want that. All right, let's take all this off. Damage versus the barrier. I can't take the health off though. Oh, we don't even care about her. Hurting. We need barrier help. Damage during the barrier. That's all we can do. She don't have the points.
The ancient that sleeps here, dweller.
Well, let's check him out. Let's stagger. Armor. He might not be the right one to use here. Whoa, whoa. Damage versus barrier. Cooldown duration. Damage versus the barrier. Shit.
Light have not tempered its ray.
corruption, undead. I'd say we found out who's responsible.
Watch out. Don't let it touch you.
Take it down!
Whatever you say. Got it. That looks like it hurt.
Oh, Jesus.
The story unfinished.
Wow, I just started terribly.
They're behind you.
His back turned.
Right on him.
Oh!
Good to go again.
Yeah, you didn't do it.
Watch behind you. Ready, Anytime.
The story unfinished.
Just say when. On your right.
I'm there.
They're at range.
For the wolf.
Oh, give me a break.
What? It's drawing power from the Fate Tear.
And restoring itself. Watch out!
That should weaken it.
She didn't do it.
That one.
You're still not doing it. That one, that one.
Unfinished.
Stay in cover.
Oh my God! I got that potion already.
Ready to go.
Uh-oh.
Look out! Behind you! On your right.
Oh, it didn't even work. What? Oh, what a bullshit thing that was. Great.
Coming at range.
I gotta sit up for this. Oh my god. I'm stuck. I'm fucked.
Ready again. Behind you.
Oh. They're hitting us, I know, I know. From long range. I get it. Does it look like I'm okay? No more health.
Good to go.
Watch your back.
The storm unfinished.
Snipers. On the job.
Every time I go to shoot him, he's blocking.
Ready again.
I'm stuck. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's an assassin's nightmare.
It's weakening the faith here. Keep going. That should weaken it.
They're at range. They're hitting us from afar.
They're hitting us from fucking everywhere.
Stay in cover.
Oh, I'm dead. Hold on. What am I holding on to?
They're aiming for us.
She's not healing me.
Ranged attackers.
This shit is coming from all over the place.
Ranged incoming. I'm there.
This is nuts. It's this fucker too. I'm stuck.
Coming at range.
We need to slow things.
I need help.
Shooting for us. Whatever you say.
That's it. Break time. Definite break time. I'm getting a headache.